So you press that and then it'll kind of pop it into the sportier mode. Wow. This is an engine for an SUV like this. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm gonna be reviewing a 2022 Ford Edge ST. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Ed Kenley Ford here in Layton, Utah for giving me some time with this Edge ST. Check out their inventory in the description down below, and a really cool thing about this dealership is they do not charge over MSRP for anything, whether it's something like this Edge ST or a specialty product like a Ford Raptor. So reach out to them if you want to buy a new Ford at Sticker. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.7 liter V6 that goes through a 7-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 25 on the highway, with power outputs being 335 horsepower and then 380 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go to the front end of the ST. So first off, notice how we've got this really distinct kind of like little body line curve happening here at the center of the hood, and then how it kind of raises up here off to the side. You can see we've got the daytime running lights with the projector bulbs super bright, and then we've got the fog light here down below, and then notice how this trim piece here is blacked out, but then got some silver trim right next to it. We've got our ST logo here on the grille with the Ford logo, and then notice the whole grille has been blacked out and then down below as well. And then notice that this mimics what's actually on the Shelby GT350 Mustang from an appearance perspective, and there's the front end. Now coming on the side here, we've got two 45mm tires wrapped around 20-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear. From a design standpoint with the wheel, you can see you've got the silver on the top and then the black there in the center. Definitely unique, especially for a Ford wheel. It just looks different. Now I think it's interesting that the brake calipers aren't painted red. Typically with STs, they usually paint the brake calipers red. But anyways, you can see distinct body line here on the side and then down below. And then notice here with the bodywork there that kind of pops out. Kind of got some side skirt action on this SUV, and there's your side view. Now here's our key fob. We have our unlock, lock, and then the opening here for the hatch, which we will press, and bada bing, bada boom, it's gonna pop open. So popping here into the rear, notice we've got these nice rubber floor mats here in the back, and notice you've got these buttons right here to lower down the seats. You got a 12 volt right next to it, and one of the speakers for the sound system. That's nice. Gonna move this over. Ooh, look at that, spare tire. And well, I got it stuck on both the latches, so I'll have to fix that in a second. But anyways, storage space, super solid here in the back of the Edge. And now that that's closed, let's go over the rear of the Edge. So you can see here with the stylization of the taillights, and notice all of the black trim. We've got our Edge logo here in the center, and then notice ST off to the side. We've got a receiver hitch here at the bottom, and I love the shape of the exhaust tip coverings. Definitely unique. But yeah, that is everything for the rear. Now here is the door panel in the rear. You can see here with the padding and the stitching, and then down below as well, a couple speakers here for the sound system. I like the door handle, it's pretty nice. Anyways, here are the seats, which I'm a huge fan of. So again, notice with the padding, it's perforated here, and then notice with the inserts as well. Definitely a cool aesthetic. And we'll pop in legroom, headroom, and then you can see here with the little storage pocket, got a couple of vents, and then some storage with the USB down below. And you can see our cup holder armrest situation, and let's head to the front. Now here is the front door panel. Again, you can see the stitching, and then down below again, more stitching and padding. We've got the memory seats. The mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then again, we've got more speakers for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. And then here are the front seats again with the nice padding, ST logo, and then notice here perforated in the center portion. You've got your adjustments there on the side of the seat. And then pedal layout just down below. We've got our light control here. That is for the hatch to take your ESC off so you can have some fun sporty driving. Let's pop in. Now here is the steering wheel with the Edge. You can see with the padding there at the top and at the bottom, notice the ST logo, and then it's perforated here on the side. And then you've got that contrasted stitching right there in the center. Volume and voice command controls right here. Controls for the center stack with the paddles there on the back. And then more controls for the center stack. This does have adaptive cruise control and steering assist. We've got our turn signal stock. We've got our windshield wiper stock. And that's the steering wheel. Now here is the center gauge cluster. You've got the speed there in the center. And then we have this one side screen. And this is what we're going to call the vehicle information side screen, because you can see different bits of info on the vehicle itself. And then this is like the media side screen, because you can see stuff on, well, the media, phone, navigation, as you can see there. So yeah, we got that whole setup there in the gauge cluster. Now here is the center infotainment system. First off, we're gonna pop it into reverse. So you can see you've got the backup camera here at the top of the screen. Trajectory lines do turn with the steering wheel. Now the resolution on this camera isn't quite up to par with some of Ford's other new models, but it's still a really good backup camera. Now, as for the rest of the screen, first off, I'm gonna press the little edge icon there at the top, and then notice you've got all these little pull down tabs here that you can go to. So for example, we can go to vehicle if we want, or we can go to general if we want. So you guys kind of get the point. Press that again, and then notice it'll pull it back. So we've got this tab now to press. Notice it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then when you're done, press that, and then we've got like the radio stuff here. And at the very bottom, we've got the climate controls, and then this is for the seats. So it has heated seats, no cooled seats, so you just drag that up, and notice that you can't go down for the cooled function because it doesn't have cooled seats. But yeah, pretty simple to use, and well, there's the infotainment system, and it's got like a little storage thing above it. Also, forgot to mention, we've got analog controls for the radio, and then also a little camera button right here to turn the camera on if you want. And then we have some more storage space in this area right there. And then we have the shifter for that 7-speed automatic with the sport mode. And then notice here with the cup holders, we've got our parking brake here, auto stop start, and then we have the padding here on the center console. Notice that we can lift this whole situation up. Ooh, that's deep. Wow. Endless pit, which is great because that means you can fit a ton of stuff. And then there's this like random storage space in front of it. And then notice here the trim on the dash. And then if I press the glove box button, ooh, pretty nice, pretty nice. And then finishing things up top, we have a sunglass holder, and then we have all black headliner. You know, pretty simple. So there's quite a bit of glare today. Sorry about that. It's really hard to see the window sticker, but 2022 Edge. And then this one is a 400A for the equipment group for the Ford nerds that are watching today's video. Total MSRP on this one is $47,280 after all options. And, well, let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Visibility over the hood, both mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring, the rest of the rear, and let's set off. So we are setting off here in the Edge ST, and this is, you know, a pretty lightly optioned Edge ST. And so if you just want, you know, basically the engine and a good daily driver car, that's kind of what this particular Edge ST gives you, which I don't know, I'm all about it. First off, steering wheel. I really like how the steering wheel feels. You've got nice grip points for your fingers on the back of the steering wheel. And yeah, just material feels great on it. I definitely like it when they do this section perforated so that it just gives you a little bit of a better grip rather than, you know, just a smooth, slidey. I mean, you guys can see the difference, right? Look at that. Right, this just grips just a little bit better. We're actually gonna pop it into the S mode. So I'm in the S mode now. Now the S mode is not a manual shift mode. You actually have to press the paddles for that. I almost did a lisp. Man, these Invisalign trays that I have. Anyways, the S mode's like your sport mode. So you press that and then it'll kind of pop it into the sportier mode. Wow, this is an engine for an SUV like this. It's quick. So we're gonna pop into the manual mode. Automatically pops up with the RPMs there on the gauge cluster. So I'd probably just leave it in automatic, to be honest. Yeah, so I just held down the plus paddle, now it's back in automatic mode. The paddles aren't the most responsive. So automatic does a better job than I can do. So I just leave it in automatic mode. Now on the interstate here, and I'm actually gonna pop it out of the S mode so that it calms down a little bit. It's actually smooth. It's smooth and comfortable. I'm not going terribly fast, so I get a little bit more speed. Yeah, ride quality's great. I love the turbo noise. Listen. You get a little blow off, it goes it's a pretty cool experience, if you ask me. I like the sounds that you get out of this. But yeah, that'll kind of you know, it's a little bit of a short drive, but that'll kind of get me to starting to sum things up here with the Edge ST. So first off, I think it's a good looking SUV from an exterior aesthetics perspective when we look at that. I love the interior on this. The seats, they're nice. They definitely hold you in place with the bolsters. The one thing that I will say is I'm not a terribly large person, but I do not skip leg day. And these these bolsters on the bottom are kind of like, my legs are on like the outside of them, and so maybe I just have fat thighs, right? But I wish that the bottom bolsters were a little bit wider. It's such a fun car. But it's not uncomfortable. It's just that, like, I'm sitting, my legs are like on top of the bolsters pretty much with this. And then aside from that, steering is great for an SUV. Like this is sporty. This is rightfully sporty. I'm actually driving a Chevy Blazer right now, and I drove that here up to the Ford dealership, and it's crazy. Like, the dynamics you get in this are so much better than that Chevy. Like, just the turn in and everything is so much better. And so, yeah, if you want kind of like a more of an exciting driving experience with an SUV that's fast and fun, that's what this Edge ST gives you. Is it's exciting. And then again, it does all the daily driver stuff, right? It's got heated seats, it's got dual zone climate, it's got adaptive cruise control and steering assist. So like, it's a great daily driver. But then again, it does have that sporty side to it as well. Now that's gonna sum things up for our video on this 2022 Ford Edge. Again, a huge shout out, thank you to the Ed Kenley Ford here in Layton for giving me some time with the Edge. Check out the M2 in the description down below. I'll see all of you in that next video.